Another aspect of the ministry God is doing in the country is in the area of Sebokeng, which is approximately 60 miles to the south of Johannesburg. There, a brother called Gift Kubeka contacted me in early 2000 and asked me to go with him there and help establish a church. I willingly went, thought God had called me there, and as we started establishing the church, we worked predominantly in a disadvantaged area. There were shacks all around us, and as we were establishing the church there, we grew in credibility with the people around the areas. Later on in 2004, we realized that we need to train leaders as we were doing in Soweto. So we started up an informal training ministry. And we had, I think it was 5 people attending our first training. Those 5 people actually are still with us, which is great to see them grow over the years. And they have become facilitators as this ministry, or part of the ministry, has grown over the decades. It's so exciting to see God's hand in all of this, because we couldn't have done it ourselves. So as I was working there with Brother Gift, we started the training for church leaders in the area. In the past 6 years, on average, we've had over 100 church leaders coming to our training events, usually held on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And again, we use various curriculum. We start with the basis of World Bible School, that all of the students should have done this for a foundational phase. And then we use materials done by Brother Roger Dixon, who's down in the Cape Town area. And we develop and design our own curriculum after that. And a lot of times we do a needs-based curriculum. The people are growing, and as they grow, they go back to their congregations and they teach what they've heard. And so congregations are changing and changing their values and the way they view the Bible, and becoming New Testament Christians. In the last 5 years, we've documented conversions, and on average, over 500 people are converted every year in the last 5 years. People have asked us, is this effective? I think the fruit tells you about it. It really is. God is blessing it in so many different ways. But that didn't stop there. As we were training the leaders, the grandmothers in the area of the shacks around there, they came to us and they said, look, we've been watching you and we realize that you are people of God. Can you help us educate our grandchildren? So we started a preschool. It's called Sunrise Christian Preschool. And that has been going for, I think it was 2005 we started it. So it's nearly 10 years now it's been going. It started with 10, 11 children. It rose up to over 100 children. Now these are children between the ages of 3 to 6 years old. It's preschool. Research has told us that by the time a child is 7 years old, they have formed their morals and their values. So if we can get the children at the young age and help train them in the values of God, that will stand them in good stead for the future of where they're going to be and the way they're going to make their decisions and choices. So that's what we started in the year 2005. Some years it goes well, some years it doesn't. We get volunteer teachers from the community, and the children are growing, you can tell, and their parents start coming, and the grandparents start coming to the services of the church there. So that is an ongoing ministry which could blossom into various areas. Also in Sebokeng, we were allowed to become part of the clinics that the government was placing in the various areas to help combat HIV and AIDS. And one of the main clinics is housed on the premises that we use there. And when the people come to the clinic, the leaders that we've trained, they go and they counsel the people spiritually with their needs, and they do devotions. And so they're an integral part of the whole ministry of the clinic. And that clinic is actually overseeing 3 other clinics in the community. And they've asked us and the leaders that we've trained to be a part of the spiritual oversight. For the preschool, we've got a piece of ground that we've been trying to grow vegetables to help feed the children. This project goes up and down, depending upon the people involved. And recently we've been able to get the TB patients as part of their rehabilitation, that they come and work manually in the fields and cultivate the vegetables, and then they take a portion of them home. So they have got good nutrients to feed themselves. So that's working tremendously. But we've got some great things planned for the future for that, where we've been able to contact some other people who've got some extensive knowledge in working in small areas and growing vegetables in an intensive way. We've also got ABET that's using part of our premises there. ABET stands for Adult Basic Education Training. Now this is run by the government, and they asked if they could use part of the premises because a lot of the young people don't finish their high school education. They leave for various reasons, and this is a major flaw in our country. So there's no other site in the area where they can host such a training. So 3 times a week, about 30 young people, they come to our centre and they extend their education so they can finish their high school diploma. From this area, as well as the leaders have been trained and go out, we've got 6 other training centres that have been established over the past 3 years in the vicinity. So it's growing more and more and more. A problem comes around is having enough curriculum to go to these centres, and sometimes to just finance these centres. But that's a good problem to have, because we all know that God's in charge. God knows where all of the resources are coming from, both physically and financially. It's an exciting work, it's a growing work, but we are there with reaching and teaching, to love God, to share God, and to serve the people. And we want you to know about it, to be a part of this as well. This exciting, vibrant work in the town of Sebokeng in Gauteng. In 2015, an old age ministry started up in Sebokeng as well, run by another lady who started up a non-profit organization. So on 3 days a week, the old age people come, our leaders get to teach them, and actually sometimes the old age people know their scriptures and they teach our leaders. But it's exciting to see that we're reaching out to the community, young people 3 years old and people in their 70s. God is good, and He has just expanded that ministry so much. It's a blessing to be a part of.